I'm live! Hello, hello, welcome back to my channel. It's an Amber thing. I am Amber, and that was for you, Dr. Richmond, because every time I fail to say it, you watch and you remind me. So I always have to give you guys like a quick synopsis of what's taking place right now. But I'm in my car. I'm getting ready to go and have some paperwork for a real estate deal signed. But I really wanted to connect with y'all. It doesn't sound right coming from a California girl, huh? The y'all is like, yeah. I mean, flip-flops all winter long. The y'all, not so much. Anyways, so I kind of just wanted to touch bases, see how y'all are doing, talk to you a little bit about some of the things that I've been experiencing lately, just with life. And I always feel like it's important to share some of these things because, well, I kind of go back and forth sometimes. I'm like, should I be sharing this much? Does anybody really care about this stuff or what? But I think that as I'm on this journey to healing, and I hope that I'm going to try and see if let me pull over. I'm just backing out of my driveway, but I want to make sure that the connection is okay because I think I pull away from my house. So give me 1 second. Let's see how it looks. Pulled over. Let's see how this looks before I get into this discussion, and then it's all choppy and weird and funky and no points get across. So let's see. Okay, so far so good. If it starts to get choppy, let me know so that I can try and maybe like pull over or fix this somehow. But okay, reading glasses off, sunglasses on, gonna hit the road. I have like a bunch of stuff to do, so I have to go and do that real estate signing. Can we see again? Let's see if this works. Okay, so just for like a play-by-play, I totally just disconnected, and then I had to like rework Wi-Fi system thingamajigger, which is really just a press of the button, but let's see. Let's see if we can stay. It looks like, okay, let me see. One of my phones is having trouble. Looks like the other phone is okay. Let's see if I can get back in this. Come on, phone, come on. Okay, hands down, just so y'all know, like this is a big squirrel in my conversation that I planned on having, but Samsung Galaxy Note 9 is a piece of junk. I have the most problems with it. The iPhone 10, awesome. It works really good. Hey, Pete. I know I haven't done a video in a little while. What am I thinking about the governing body members being named as they should be. I feel like they should be. I haven't really heard about that yet, so I guess I gotta go on a search for a little bit of info with regards to that. I've kind of been, oh, there I am. Okay, now I know that I'm okay, so I'm gonna drive again. Well, I think anyways. Can you guys hear me okay? Before I start driving, can you give me an indication if the sound is okay? Am I speaking loud enough since I'm like driving and stuff? Before I put my phone down, because I don't want to I'm not trying to get myself into any accidents. I kind of love being alive and well. So, okay, I'm going to just assume that you guys hear me okay. And if there are any problems, then let me know. I'll see something come up here and then I can kind of pull over and work with it as is. But the topic for discussion today was, what was it? Let's go back and look. I'm losing it. Oh, it's the feeling of belonging. And let's see, I think I just had one more before I start driving. Blah. Zinc and Law Firm is handling it. I can hear you, but you cut out. Okay, volume is fine. Okay, I'm gonna just carry on then. So the feeling of belonging. First and foremost, I'm here to tell you that as an extraness, I have been noticing more and more and more that I am feeling like I want to belong, but I feel very misplaced and like I don't belong anywhere. And so I wanted to mention this and talk about it a little bit because I think that it's really important, especially for those of us who are coming out of this organization or have even been out for some time like I have. During this process of me doing videos, it's been almost, I want to say it's been a year now that I started talking about the Jehovah's Witnesses and my experience within the organization, and kind of just like talking a little bit about my healing process as I've been on the outside of the organization. And so I wanted to express to you that a lot of us will go through very similar, almost like, how else would I say it except for like maybe separation anxieties, and they happen to us all at very different times. Our healing processes are going to be very different. But if you feel this way, if you have a strong sense that you want to belong, but you feel like you don't belong anywhere, this is part of the separation that is happening between you and the programming of the organization. I've been mostly, and I think for a long time, I think it's been for a long time that it's been happening, but this is a part of my healing process right now, so it's really being brought to the forefront. And then I really feel like I want to belong. Like I want to have close personal friendships with people that, you know, we have a similar vibration, or, you know, we have similar ways of thinking, or even if we don't have very similar ways of thinking, just people that you feel close to. Like I haven't had that in so long, and I think the organization was really good at masking that for us, because I think, and I can really only speak for myself, but when I was in the organization, there were so many people, you know, there was so many people. It's such a vast organization. I mean, it was worldwide, it was everywhere. You know, I could visit any city in any state or any country, and I would be able to go into a Kingdom Hall and be with like-minded people and, you know, feel that love. Coming out of that and being shunned, you really feel very, you know, outcasted, and you don't have that sense of you know, group anymore. And so I wanted to say this too, like I'm going to share something with you that has happened to me, you know, recently, and I feel like it's important because of the fact that I seek or inside I'm feeling like I want to be a part of something else. I want to be a part of something bigger. I want to have friends. I want to have deep friendships. I want to have loving friendships. I want to have people that, you know, support me and that I support. And I recently became a part of, you know, I'm a very spiritual person, and so I do have, you know, several different people and different groups within the spiritual community here in my area that I associate with. And I've always kind of just been like on my own, you know, like I just kind of go and do my own thing. It's like me and my kids, and that's my posse. That's my tribe. Those are my people. And I don't really like get too involved with being a part of other groups. And I think one reason is just because of there's a bit of fear that goes along with that, a bit of fear that was like, I don't want to get entrapped or enslaved into another cult system. And so that, like, there's a portion of me that fears it, and then there's another portion of me that really desires to have those deep, close friendships. So it was probably about, I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, I was getting ready and I was like thinking about this, like how I miss, having these deep friendships, and I wish really I, had more of them. And I got an inbox on Facebook, and it was from one of the girls in the spiritual community saying, we're going to start a group, and, just for support, moral support, and, learning and growing and healing together. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, that's what I've been wanting. And as a day passed or two passed, it's like, group, tribe, and I just started to feel a little bit like, ooh, it was kind of culty, like, if you're tribe, you're family, and if you're, not, then, we still love you, but you're not going to receive the same kind of treatment. And so anyways, a week passes, and I'm just, starting to notice certain little things about how cliquey, this group is. And I'm starting to think to myself and question, like, is this really something that I want to be a part of? Do I really want to be clipped up? I mean, because there's a complete difference between being clipped up and having deep personal friendships and relationships. And it really started to feel a lot more like, well, she's cool and he's cool, but she's not. We did a past life regression with her, and we didn't like what came through, so we're not going to invite her to things, or we're not going to include her in everything. And that's what kind of started to happen to me. And I was like, seriously? It kind of like kind of came out yesterday. Somebody in the group was like, so let's talk about this Shasta trip that we're going to be taking. And I was like, huh? Like, there's a Shasta trip? I had no idea that was a Shasta trip. And, then they're like, oh, well, some people are invited and some people aren't. And so I'm like, I'm really confused. Am I one of these people that are not invited? Well, obviously, because I didn't even know about it. Yeah, you're not invited, but, there will be other times in the future where maybe you will be, or whatever. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to be a part of this. And I guess part of this is like a little bit of a warning almost, be careful. Like, we will desire those deeper friendships, but still be cautious about what you get involved in, because of our desire to be at home. Like, I mean, I grew up in the Jehovah's Witness organization, so to me, even though I don't want it to, like, it's almost like it feels like home to have a group of people that you're cool with, that those are your people. And that's really probably not the way that it should be. Most certainly, if you're involved with a group that is very exclusive like that anyways, it's probably headed back in that same direction that you were in, that you got yourself out of, that was so hard to get out of, and we're trying so hard to heal from. Be careful. Anyways, I was like thinking a lot about this, and then I do a lot of, like, and I've shared this with you before, I'll do a lot of, like, where I get on YouTube and I'll listen to different, like, inspirational speaking, spiritual speaking, things like that, things that, resonate with me. And something came through today, and it was really weird because I had put something else on, and then I jumped in the shower, and it was over, and something else started, and it was exactly what I needed to hear, because I was feeling really low and really down, and feeling like, almost like, wow, I've been shunned for a second time. Like, really kind of like, like, that sucks. Like, what's wrong with me? Why don't people want to be around me? Why can't I develop these deep, lasting friendships and relationships? But really, what it was is not a rejection as much as it was a redirection. That group wasn't for me. It was those types of things at this point. And that is, I spiritually, mentally, and physically do not want to be a part of the exclusivity of specific types of groups like that. I think it's unnecessary. Just as organizations and churches and religions have will tie you down with fear and things like that, a lot of these other groups can do very similar things. So I kind of wanted just to talk about that a little bit. I'm gonna pull over just for a real quick sec. I'm almost where I need to be, but I want to read some of the comments because I have been seeing some things come up. So let me get a little shady spot here. Let's see where I can see the screen. Okay, and let's see what's going on and see if I can see where we're at with this. Is it still on? Let's see. I am an ex-Jehovah's Witness. Well, maybe you're meant to be here. I don't know how you got here either, but I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Hey, Vinny. Lewis, the subject is just like the feeling of belonging, and just kind of like what I've been going through lately with my like longing for deep, how would you, good relationships, healthy relationships, and how sometimes, even though sometimes we seek these relationships and we end up finding ourselves back in the same spot, you know, like the more culty type things because of our programming from the organization. So I just was kind of trying to share with you a little bit of like, you know, what's been going on with me lately and kind of how it was making me feel, and, you know, the difference between, I think the thing that really like is really hard for me with all of this is the rejection portion of it. And so when I was listening to that recording earlier on YouTube, it was talking about how it's not always rejection, like to see things in a little bit of a different way, instead of looking at it as a rejection, even, you know, with the Jehovah's Witness organization being shunned, instead of seeing that as a rejection, to see it as a redirection, something that isn't meant for you, something that you're awakening to, that you're at this point realizing that you're being redirected because that isn't for you. So just also like making sure that we're mindful of what's in here and what's going on, because this all creates our reality. And so we don't want to get stuck, and this is so important, we don't want to get stuck in the rejection cycle. We don't want to get stuck thinking and telling ourselves on a daily basis and keeping those feelings trapped inside that we've been rejected, because it's not so. We were divinely redirected. And for that, we should be so very, very grateful. And so that's kind of where I'm at today. I was like, feeling so like kind of down, feeling like, wow, I've just been rejected again by another group. And it's like totally different than the Jehovah's Witnesses. It's a spiritual group. It's like, you know, whoa, I'm rejected again. And I was feeling really down. And then I heard that and I'm like, no, I wasn't rejected. I wasn't rejected. I was redirected. I was divinely redirected. And that's good. So I don't know. Let's see what we have going on. Who's with me? Who's with me? Those are my little gems for the day. So I really like, Marvin says, our deliverance. It was our deliverance. Instead of our judicial committee, it was a deliverance committee. And I really like that. That just really goes to show like a positive spin on it. You know, like we don't have to be stuck in the rejection portion of it all. We need to be thinking more on the lines of redirection. Okay, I don't know if one of my phones is behind, but Lewis says, okay, good point. Personally, I don't feel the need to belong into any group. That's great. I wish I was like that. I think I'm starting to, like, after this, going into my own thing, just feeling like I am okay on my own. Like, really, really, like, do I need anybody but my kids right now? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad that you're at peace with where you are and that you don't feel like you need others around you. I still kind of feel like I yearn for those deep friendships. Like, I just don't have them. And I think, a lot of it has to do with we weren't really allowed to seek those deep friendships as Jehovah's Witnesses. We were very, like, kept to what you can have whatever's in this box, and if it's outside this box, you can't have it because they're gonna die. And if it's in this box and you ask questions about it, then you're gonna be outside the box. And I think that's such a damaging mentality. It's so detrimental to our psyche. But I'm with you, Vinny. I feel freer, since I've been DF'd. I do feel freer, but I still do wish that I had, like, a couple of really close friends that I could just pick up the phone and be like, hey, let's go shopping. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, let's go do that. And I don't know if maybe it's a woman thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just an Amber thing. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Vinny. Clicks and real friends are two very different things. I started to really notice, like, with this group too, like, it was like there was a leader and, someone who could dictate, what was what and what was going on, and who was, okay to do healing or, do this or do that. And that's the same old stuff. That's that paradigm that we left back there. We're not a part of that anymore. But anywho, do you guys have any questions? Well, you guys got me on the line here. I'd love to talk to you all. Do you guys have anything that Peter, I got to look into that, about the body members being named as defendants in the sexual abuse lawsuits, but I think that's absolutely amazing. I think that they should be. I feel like they skate by and leave the elders and others as their fall guys, and they really do need to be held accountable. I mean, after all, everything that comes, every bit of direction that's taken on, the congregational level is disseminated by the governing body. So everything that's done is done because of what they say. So they absolutely 100%, in my opinion, need to be held accountable for what they disseminate and the rules that are put out and the rules that are followed and how things are handled. That's all them. I was listening to a recording the other day. It's oh man, I should go back and look for it really quick because this woman is absolutely amazing. Let me go back really quick and see if I can find her in my library. She will, like, call and talk to the elders about things, but she just has such a very strong, she has such a power in her voice and a conviction in her heart about what she's talking about. It's like she stumps these elders all the time, and it's so satisfying to watch. Let me see if I can find. Let's see. I'm sure you guys probably all know about her already, but let's see if I can find her. My son, he watches YouTube on, you know, another device, but he uses my login, and so like all his videos are in between all my videos, so it ends up taking and then I get to see how many videos he's watched and what he's watching, but then it takes me a while to get to where I last was. Let's see. Darn it, I really need to start keeping like a pad of paper and a pencil in my hands, because when I hear things, I need to be able to write them down so I know exactly where I need to go back to, because I can't find this right now. But, okay, so I can't find it right now, but when I do, wait. Oh, it's called Ellie's Big Toe. She's awesome. If you guys haven't seen her and her videos, please check her out. She has like just such a power about her that I think is absolutely amazing. Let's see. And the last video that I watched was called Jehovah's Witnesses Media Spokesman. Let's see. We don't tell people to shun anyone. So she had actually called in and was talking to an elder, and I was listening to them. They were, he was saying that they don't advise or direct their congregants to shun their family members. So I was like, what? That was interesting. So let me get back over to my feed here. Let's see what we got going on. Yeah, I agree, Lewis. I want to see them go down too. Oh yeah, you said it for me. It's Allie. It's Allie. Yeah, it is. It's Allie. She's awesome. Anywho, so there was, and I'm not going to be able to do this right now, but I am planning on doing another video tomorrow. Actually, I'm probably going to have two that are going to come out tomorrow. I have a friend of mine that is doing some work in another country, trying to help some children with like, just, it's a very impoverished country, and they've like made a foundation and are going back and forth to this other country and like looking into building a school for these children and providing necessities, not only for the school but for the children. So I'm going to be doing an interview tomorrow on that, and I'm not exactly sure when that's going to hit. I don't know if they'll allow me to do it live, the interview live, if they're wanting to hold it back until they do like their grand unveiling for the work that they're doing. I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen with that, but I'm going to be doing that tomorrow, so it may come out tomorrow. I'm not sure. And then I also wanted to do a video that was I had like 4 videos back. It was called Jehovah's Witnesses, I Have a Question for You. I kind of wanted to go over that because I thought that there were some really interesting responses that came from my question there. And basically the question was about the difference, like when elders talk about keeping the congregation safe, they disfellowship in order to keep the congregation safe and clean. Why was I disfellowshipped, and why are pedophiles not disfellowshipped? You know, if they're talking about keeping the congregation clean and safe, seems like they should have done that. However, they do not. So so I wanted to read back some of the comments that came in on that video, because like I said, I thought that there were some really great comments in there. Wanted to recognize you know, some community members, and just, you know, appreciation for the contributions that you guys give all together. Probably go back to a couple of different videos and then just share with you some of the things that I have felt that have been very eye-opening for me, and that have really touched and helped me in lots of ways. I don't know if you guys all go back and read the comments on, you know, the past videos, if you stay in the, you know, kind of in the conversation, if you're going back reading, because people are leaving comments long after the video is has been recorded and uploaded and played. So wanted to share some of those things with you. I think there's just so many things, so many people have so many great things to say, that I want to make sure that you all are able to hear those things. And then of course I want to know if you guys have, you know, anything that you'd like to talk about. If you do, please leave them in the comments section. If you have any questions that I can answer for you, leave them in the comment section. We'll go ahead and handle that in the next video. Like I said, I'm planning on doing that tomorrow. What I'll do is later on this afternoon when I get back home, I'm going to create a post, and it will have the exact time of the live video that I'll be doing tomorrow. I want to just thank you all for being with me, for hearing me out, for being on this healing journey with me. It means the world to me. Like, I don't even think that on any level, I don't know how to express to you how much it means to me that, look at my nose is turning red like I'm going to cry about it. It means so much to me that you are here with me, watching, giving contributions of, you know, all the contributions that we receive. They just mean the world to me. Thank you so much for being here, and I will, like I said, be talking with you more tomorrow. If there was anything about this video that you enjoyed, anything that you think someone else can benefit from, please share it with others. Like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when I make new videos. I just really appreciate you all, and thank you so much for being here. Until next time, we'll see you later.